Welcome along to another video here on the channel. My name is Martin Sanders. This is the Football Martin channel, and today we're looking at 15 players that have been linked with a summer move to Southampton Football Club. We're going to take a deeper dive into some of those players and where on my ranking list will we rank these players from oh my god to no way. There's a few players that I would love to see at St Mary's next season, and there's a couple I definitely don't want to see at St Mary's next season. We will dive into it. I'll give you all my reasons why as we work through each player individually. Before we do get into this video, you know exactly what I'm going to ask you. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button before this video starts, because a huge percentage of people that tune in are not subscribers, and it would make a massive help if I could get to 5,000 subs by the time the championship season kicks off. That is my aim. I set myself aims. It's a high aim, but 5,000 subs for the championship kickoff would be insane. So please do share it with a friend and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Right, let's get into the video. Enough waffling about becoming a subscriber. Right. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling positive at the moment. I want to be positive about next season. I want to start to build and look ahead and be excited about what's to come. And some of these signings we should be quite excited about. They're links at this moment in time, and we've got 15 players, and we'll probably look back on this video in a few months' time and say, oh, we haven't signed one of them. Or do we sign somebody that goes on to become an absolute superstar in the red and white of Southampton Football Club? So, I'm going to start with a high. I'm going to start with a player that I really like the look of. And one press article that I read a few days ago said it would be a masterstroke if Southampton managed to sign William Bøving. He is a winger. He's an under-21 international. He's Danish. He netted 11 times last season, and he was playing in the Austrian Bundesliga for Sturm Graz. He had a very good season. He's versatile. He's an under-21 international, like I said. He's been playing in the European under-21 championships. He started all 8 of their Champions League games last season as well. And he's played a lot of football for his age because he's only 22 years old. He can play up front, but he can also play on the left wing. So the perfect replacement for Kamaldeen Sulemana, who looks to be on his way. He was at FC Copenhagen before, where he played 44 times, scored 5 goals, 4 assists. But at Sturm Graz, he's played 111 times, 21 goals, 17 assists. And Will Steele, we all know, is a dab hand at working with young players. And this, for me, a 22-year-old, would fit the bill. Like I said, he can play up front, he can play on the wing. For me, I'm excited about it. It's an oh my god signing, this one. I've seen some of the goals he scored. I've watched some of his clips, and you cannot judge a player on YouTube clips, so I'm not going to do that. But from what I've read, the articles I've read, what I've seen, he looks a really good player. So let's put him in oh my god. It could be a really good sign. Premier League clubs are looking to sign this young man, and one of those were West Ham United. I think Leeds were also very interested. Right, let's get on to another striker, one that we know very well. His image is on the cover of the video as well. Danny Ings. He's been linked with yet another summer move to Southampton Football Club. Every summer it comes around. Ings linked with Saints, are rumoured to be buying a house yet again in Winchester. We hear this every transfer window. He's had a tough time at West Ham United, and he will be looking for another club because he's been released by West Ham after scoring just 4 goals in 61 appearances. However, Ings only started 11 games for West Ham in his time there. When he left Saints, he went to Villa, where he scored 14 goals in 50 games. So he's never been prolific since he left Saints. A lot of people say he's lost his legs. I still think he has something to offer, and for me, it's not no way. And I know a lot of fans will be on the borderline. I definitely don't want him, or I do want him. I know it splits fans, but for me, I'm unsure on Danny Ings. I'm not sure on it. I don't think it will happen. I don't think he will come back. And lots of rumours that we've tried to re-sign him before. I think it's nonsense. There's no concrete evidence of that. Another striker we're in for, and I'm quite excited by this one. So I'm going to go with a player that's young, he's up and coming, and a man that scored a lot of goals in League One. Richard Kone is sought after by Championship sides at this moment in time. Coventry are very keen on him. I think Borough were looking at him, and also West Ham United were keen on Richard Kone. He scored 21 goals in League One last season for Wycombe Wanderers. He's quick. He's got a good touch, and when I've watched him play, I quite like the look of him. I've not watched loads of League One, but if you watch Wycombe Wanderers or know anything about Richard Kone, get involved in the comments box below. I think it'd be a great move. I think Kone to Saints, I'd take that. Somebody that we could develop and use in the Premier League if he really kicked on. Ings, if we sign him, is he ever really going to go and play in the Premier League? I don't think so. Right, we move on nicely to a defender now. Demba Ba has been linked. He's a Man City defender. He's young. He played for Will Steele last season at RC Lens on loan, and there was a lot of talk that Saints were really interested in him. I don't know loads about him, but I've heard that he's a really decent defender, but it does look like he's off to Lyon. So I'm going to put it in no way because it's not going to happen. I don't know enough about him to say he's going to be what we need. We don't need another defender. We got enough defenders as it is, but I'm going to talk about another defender that I would take. Ben Mee, 35 years old. He only played 7 times for Brentford last season, 16 the season before, and 37 games the season before that. An experienced centre-back that knows this division in the Premier League. I'd take him. I think it'd be a great move, actually, especially with a lot of young defenders. And we're not sure what will happen with Jack Stevens at this moment in time. Harwood Bellis likely to move on. He had an interview yesterday with Sky Sports. I think he'd go. Even though he said all the right things to suggest that he would stay, I think if we get an offer, we'll let him go. Ben Mee, I think, would be a really good move. Experience. We need a mixture of experience and youth. The next player I'm going to come on to is an older player as well. A goalkeeper. There's a lot of talk around a goalkeeper merry-go-round at Southampton. And it will be interesting to see what happens in the goalkeeping department because Ramsdale will go. There's a lot of talk he could potentially be loaned. We've got Bazunu coming back from injury and Alex McCarthy. Either one of those is going to want to be number 3. I'm not convinced Bazunu would, but I think we've got 2 goalkeepers that are more inadequate to be understudies. So I want to see a number 1. And when I see us linked with Asmir Begovic yesterday, I was thinking, what is going on? But he would be the number 3. He'd be that replacement for Joe Lumley, who's exited the football club. An ex-Portsmouth goalkeeper, a player that scored against Saints, a man that I used to work for. I know this guy. I don't think, I'm going to be honest and say for me, no way, he's not what we need. Experience, knows the game, will probably potentially go on and coach, but for me, why? I prefer us to go and look and get a number 1 in. I think it's potentially a little bit of lazy reporting where this story's come from. Leicester also interested. More likely that he go to Leicester. I don't see Southampton signing a 38-year-old goalkeeper. I just don't. So for me, it's no way. No to Begovic at Southampton for me. Give me your thoughts in the comments box below. We move on and we go back to the striker department. Fotis Ioannidis was linked with a move several weeks ago, if I pronounce that correctly. Scored 6 goals in 26 games last season, but had a very good season the season before. He scored 36 goals in 7 games. We know about Ioannidis. Well, he is sought after, and Premier League clubs are also looking at him. He's at Panathinaikos at the moment, and it's going to cost a bit of money to get him. Saints apparently tried to buy him last summer for a fee of around £25 million. He's not had the greatest of seasons though. So has his value dropped a lot? It would be a statement signing this if we could bring in this striker because he's a man that would score goals, certainly at championship level. A lot of Southampton fans I spoke to would love to see him at Saints. He's linked with Leicester, Palace. But for me, Fotis Ioannidis, I would say, oh my God, I'd love to see him in the red and white stripes of Southampton next season. I think he'd be a good signing. Right, we're always linked every year with players from Sheffield United. We signed 2 last summer, both a disaster. And this summer, we're potentially looking at another player that spent a stint on loan at Sheffield United because Jasran Radzaki is linked again with Southampton. He was linked last summer. He had a mixed bag at Sheffield United in the season just gone. Obviously, they missed out on promotion. He's gone back to Crystal Palace and they're potentially willing to sell him. And Saints are apparently reunited their interest in him. Young, pacey winger. We're looking at wingers, aren't we? We know we need wingers. I'm quite excited by this signing. I think he could be a great move for Saints. So for me, I like the look of it. Sam Adozie's to come back as well. We've got to bear that in mind. We've still got Adozie to come back in the fold. In the mix, I like Adozie. But Radzaki, is he an upgrade on Adozie? I'm not sure. I've not seen enough of Radzaki. But at Charlton, in League One, he was good. But he's not really set the Championship alight. I do think it'd be a good move for us because he's still young and got a long way to go. You would rather have him than somebody sulking like Silamana, in my opinion. Right, another striker, Lawrence Shankland. He's been linked with a move to Southampton yet again. His contract is out at Hearts, potentially could sign a new one. There's Championship clubs looking at him. I don't think he'd get a Premier League move. Scottish international, scored just 8 goals in 32 games. I think we should be very cautious about this one. He had a very good season the season before last, scored 24 in 37 games, and he was the next big thing, but I'm not sure on this one. So for me, Lawrence Shankland, give me your thoughts in the comments box below. Every summer, every transfer window, we get linked with ex-players. We had Danny Ings earlier on in the video, and I'm coming on now to Dusan Tadic. He was linked with a move a couple of weeks ago. For me, an ex-player that's at the end of his career, I'm thinking along the lines of Theo Walcott, Adam Lallana. No way. Not for me, but for many other Southampton fans, they would say yes. But for me, a return to Tadic next season, I don't think he's what we need right now. We need experience, but not somebody that's in his mid-30s. That's my honest opinion. Right, Josh Sargent is another player that I quite like. He's not been linked with a move, but I quite like the look of him as a player. He's linked with a move away from Norwich. He's just not been linked with a move to Southampton. It looks like he could go abroad. There's Premier League clubs looking at him, though he's not prolific at the Premier but he's played in the Prem. Scored 15 goals in 32 appearances. Spent a lot of last season injured. Season before, scored 16 in 28. Season before that, played 40 games, scored just 13 goals. Would you take him at Southampton? A lot of fans shot me down when I said it would be a great move. It's not an oh my God move, and he's not one for the Prem. But could he be someone that could come and spearhead our attack next season and give us a load of goals? Potentially, I think it could be a really good move. I'm a little bit more unsure on it once I've heard from Norwich fans saying that he's quality, but it looks like he will go abroad. But for me, I think he'd be a great move. But a lot of fans will totally disagree with me on that one. But it's each to our own. We all have our own opinion in football. A few people said to me on X, Martin, that's a terrible take. When they were talking, when it was announced that Unuachu was heading to Trabzonspor, I was given a fair bit of stick when I said I quite like Josh Sargent. I think he'd be a really good player. Not as a starter week in, week out, because he gets injured a lot, but I think he'd be a good player. We need people that know the Championship. You can bring loads of young players in, but you need players that know the division. Right, next player on my list is Lewis O'Brien. This is a link that's come out today, Sunday the 22nd of June. He's been at Forest for the last 3 years. He's been out on loan a lot. 26 years old, central midfielder. He has been to DC United, looking at my notes, Middlesbrough, LAFC, and recently he's been with Swansea, where he did impress, and they were quite keen to sign him. 16 appearances down at Swansea. I'm not sure on this one, to be quite honest. It's not no way, but I'm not sure on him. I don't know loads about him. We've already got Flynn Downs, who would struggle to step up and play in the Prem again. Do we want to sign another player on the contract that can't step up? I'm not sure on this. I think we need to look for somebody that we can develop. He's 26, he could, but yeah, I'm saying not sure. I'm sitting between not sure and no way with Lewis O'Brien. Give me your thoughts in the comments box below. Right, we are down to our last two players last three players on my list. This player, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce his name correctly because I've tried to pronounce it several times off camera and I don't think I've got it right at all. It's Lucas Sepita. Sepita? I cannot pronounce his name. He's a winger. I don't know anything about him. Coco. He plays in River Plate. He plays for River Plate. I know nothing about him, but apparently we were going to spend $5 million to bring him and loan him within the group. For me, no way. Can't pronounce his name. Don't know anything about him. No way. That's for me. I don't know enough about him to give an honest opinion on him. We were linked with him for a fair while. Right, we come to our last couple of players. Damien Downs has been linked. He is just 20 years old. He's at FC Cologne at the moment. He's a striker. I'm thinking Sekumara when I see this one. $5 million, an American international. Is he really what we need next season? Is he going to be prolific in the Championship? We have players that could play backup striker already. For me, no way. I don't know loads about him. Can I say no way? I can't say no way when I don't know enough about him. Press put him in not sure. I don't think he signs. If you've seen it or know anything about him, get involved in the comments box below. I won't put him in no way because that can make me look an idiot if he signs and scores a shed load of goals. Right, I'm going to finish up with a player that excites me. I'm going to start with a player that excited me. I'm going to finish off with a player that I'm quite excited by. I've seen a bit of him, not loads, but I've seen a bit of him. Tyler Goodrham. I was asked by Football League World, who I do some work for, a couple of weeks ago about Tyler Goodrham and whether I thought he'd be a good signing. 21 years old, wanted by Middlesbrough, also Coventry. Saints apparently very keen on him. He's got a long-term contract, though, at Oxford United. He had a really good season. He's been great in League One, but he did really, really well in the Championship last season. And get this, at just a tender age of 21 years old, he's already played 150 senior games for Oxford. It's his boyhood club. He can play in many different positions as well, across midfield. And Transfer Market's data showed the youngster played in as many as 7 positions last season in the Championship, in the 24-25 season. He's most commonly seen playing on the left-hand side of midfield when you've seen him play. He has operated on the right flank as well, was really versatile, and he can even play through the middle as well, potentially as a number 10. He's a good player, played 41 times last season, scored just 3 goals, got 6 assists, but get this, he created 47 chances for his teammates as well. Dribbles, he had 49 successful dribbles as well. He's a really classy, good player. I think this would be almost better than a good move. I think it'd be right up there. I think it'd be a brilliant signing for us. Somebody that still could develop, and he could be a massive upgrade on what we have right now. I'd love to see this one happen. So I'm going to put him in, oh my God. And when I've seen him play, I've really liked him. Like I saw him play a bit in League One. Didn't see him play loads in the Championship last season. So if you've seen Goodrham play, get involved in the comments box below and give me your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. I very much enjoyed putting it together. It's interesting to see who's been linked, and there'll be tens and tens and tens of more links in the next couple of weeks and months, and before you know it, there'll be links to players overseas that we know nothing about, to players in the Championship that we know a little bit more about. There's a lot of players to go out, but the targets excite me because we need to freshen up the squad. We all know that. Not only do we need to freshen up, we need to get rid of the deadwood. So we don't want to be bringing deadwood in neither. And that is my worry with bringing in older players that are in their late 30s. You don't really want to be doing that, in my opinion. But I'm excited by the likes of Goodrham. I think he could be really, really good. There's some exciting links in the summer window so far. And hopefully a few of these may just come through. But you never know. We may not sign any of them at all. Who have I missed? Who do you want to see? Get involved in the comments box below. I will be back with another transfer show looking at some more links in the next couple of days here on the channel. And it is, at the time of recording, Sunday, the 22nd of June. And on Thursday, it's Championship fixture release date. I will be live from 9 a.m. here on the channel, where I will be reacting to all our fixtures and how they fall and when we play Pompey in the season. I'm looking forward to seeing where certain games land within the calendar. I'm really looking forward to it. So you can join me live from 9 a.m. and get all my reaction, and there'll be plenty of content throughout my channel. So make sure you give me a follow at footballmartin_. And if you're not subscribed, I've said it at the top of the video, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you again in another video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon.